Urban Revolution Radio's Your Morning Show with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks, broadcasting live from the Acceptance Insurance Studios, 3012 Colvert Avenue. Give them a call at 812-477-1772. Ask for Miss Amy Ross to take care of all of your insurance needs. And also Walls Organics over there at North Stringtown Road and South Weinbach Avenue. There are two locations. Give them a visit over there and use promo code LIVE99 and get a 10% discount on all non-buy one, get one free items. And Elite Tutoring Place, if you're having the trouble with any EVSC K-12 subject, now that the school year is about to start back up in a couple of days, you know what you've been good at, know what you're not so good at, you can give Elite Tutoring Place a call over there at 812-773-5026. Get help with any EVSC K-12 curriculum course, or in BMM Electronics as well. Cell phone repair now. Got me a little cracked screen on mine from dropping mine the umpteen thousand times. So I'm debating on either getting that screen fixed or just getting another one. We was talking about the customer service thing in the last breakup. That's what I was trying to switch over. I was trying to get the business phones, and then they just blew that all out the water. So I think I'm ending up having to just get this screen fixed over there. But B&M Electronics can take care of all of that. 2810 Colvert Avenue, Suite A on Evansville's South Side, with our entrepreneur of the month, Mr. Bertel Adams. The owner over there. Tell him Nino sent you in there. Hook you right on up. Say 2021 is coming to a close. Some of the best and worst albums of the year have been announced. Now, when we're talking about best albums, we're talking about best received, which is different than best selling. You know, sometimes best selling and best received can coincide, but there are a lot of albums that were received well that just didn't sell well.
That go with the marketing.
You know, but there were a lot of albums that did sell well that a lot of people didn't like. They were like, oh. So we're going to talk about we'll talk about the top 10 best-selling albums of 2021, and then we'll go on to the worst, most disappointing albums of 2021. So best-selling albums of 2021 start with Luke Combs. What You See Is What You Get. Well, then this is all like
this is all music, right?
Yeah, all genres, not just hip hop and everything. And it really going off that first week sales, because you know, Certified Lover Boy and Kanye West, Don album, they kind of dropped in November. What was October? When did they drop?
That'd been October.
So they only had like a couple of months to really get their sales out. So it's really based on like the first week or two of sales, how they did, you know what I mean? You know, versus, you know, just like the whole year, because some albums have had the whole year. So we just count like the first week of sales, the first week of release, best received, best doing albums of 2021. Number 10 was Luke Combs at 1.135 million units sold. Then the first week. Then we had number 9 of best album sales of 2021. And this is as of November, the end of November. The Weekend After Hours. 1.175 million units sold. Then we got Doja Cat, Planet Her.
I heard a few songs off.
She got a nice couple cuts off that one. She's got a 1.179 million sales. She beat out The Weeknd by 4,000 units. You know, barely squeaked that out. Then we got Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia. Hers she hit the 1.24 million units sold. The Kid Laroi, F Love.
She's pretty decent too.
1.288 million units sold. Then we got Justin Bieber's newest one, where he had a little disruption with the Grammy Awards. They put him in the pop category.
Yeah, he was upset about that.
Instead of the R&B category.
He was upset about
Very upset about that one. So Justin Bieber's Justice hit number 5 at 1.3 million units sold. Pop Smoke, rest in peace. His album Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, capped out at 1.349 million units sold. Just beat out Justin Bieber by like 40,000 units. Drake, Certified Lover Boy, just came out in October. He hit the $1.5 million mark, 1.516 million units sold for Certified Lover Boy. Then Olivia Rodrigo. Never heard of that one either. Sour. That hit 2.44 million units sold. And the number one best-selling album as of November in 2021 was Morgan Wallen, the double album, with 2.8 million units sold. And he actually came and had some controversy. He had some kind of I guess racist remarks that he said during this. Morgan Wallen and Olivia Rodrigo are particular. This is according to digitalmusicnews.com. It said Morgan Wallen and Olivia Rodrigo are predicted to edge out the Titans Drake, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, and Billie Eilish. But Wallen's controversy and removal from radio station airplay this year certainly helped drive his album sales for the year.
What he said.
Right, because when you start banning albums and telling people you can't listen
to what you say,
so I don't know if that would happen on purpose, if they did that on purpose just to drive up the album sales,
right?
Or maybe that's just his personality. It just happened to go that way.
Right.
But like I say, it not necessarily album sales translate into how well the album was received.
Right.
So we're going to switch over to the most disappointing albums of 2021. And this list right here is according to Hip Hop DX.
And J. Cole be snapping. They got him on worst album.
Number 10, J. Cole, Off the Sea. Now, like I say, this is just from hiphopdx.com.
Right.
Where they get they poll and their editors, giving their opinion about, and what their followers and stuff have said about the albums. So it said J. Cole, while many of the hip hop values that the Dreamville spitter was raised on have departed from the genre's mainstream, it's as if he's made peace with coloring inside the lines with his lyrical gymnastics and hiding behind the guise of real rap. So I guess they're saying that he's not as over the top or as interesting or as exciting as he was.
Well, that Forest Hills album was banging.
They saying coloring inside the lines, which means he's kind of trying to play it safe with his lyrics and all that kind of stuff, which I didn't really. J. Cole, I'm
always kept it open to me,
right? So I don't know where they.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, when you're talking about opinion-based polls versus number-based polls, like I said, it's easy to say who was the hottest selling artist of the time versus who was the hottest artist of the time. Whose album was the best received. Because like I said, there's a lot of albums out there that got sold, and when people bought them, they were like, oh, they only had like one or two bangers off there. That one single that was on the rest of this album is trash. So, but I don't know about J. Cole. I kind of like J. Cole's Off the Season. I don't know. That came in at number 10 as the worst received according to hiphopdx.com. Next was Drake's Certified Lover Boy, which I said the same thing to him and because even Kanye, he didn't even make the top 10 best selling.
No.
He wasn't up there. So he didn't get didn't get best sell, but he was better received than Drake's album.
Drake's album. Well, that's all the marketing over.
I know a lot of people said, saying Drake phoned it in. I told me personally, when I heard a lot of these songs seemed like real somber, melodic, versus the stuff that he did guest appearances on in 2021 and 2020. They were real high energy focused, but it seemed like he kind of sat back and chilled for a little bit on Certified Lover Boy. Same way Donda seemed like real kind of spiritual, somber toned, kind of not really high energy kind of music that we've been used to in the past. But Drake Certified Lover Boy, they said the biggest issue for Drake to overcome when it comes to his albums is just being Drake. And this is according to hiphopdx.com. Say while also being the most ubiquitous voice in hip-hop for the last decade, it's nearly impossible to satisfy every facet of his wide-ranging fan base. They say the hype for Certified Lover Boy was fueled by multiple days, and its arrival didn't move the needle with every CLB track sounded as if it could land on any of the 6 previous projects in the past 5 years. Nothing really stood out.
Nothing stood out, really. It was a somber ass album.
So I wasn't really, I ain't gonna say I wasn't feeling it, but I wasn't as excited about it. People would just want, I think it was more of the anticipation of him coming up against Donda coming out at the same time. So, but the reception, like I say, just because it sold well, doesn't mean it was received well. And just like Kanye West, he coming in at number 8 of the worst received one. Not only did he not make the list, wasn't received well at all. He's number 7. And say when When an artist has a discography like Kanye West, it's nearly impossible to live up to the standards for 2 decades, which is say the highs of Donder on the Thundering Jail, or teaming the unlikely duo of Fivio Foreign and Playboy Cardi for Songs of the Year candidate Off the Grid. Say the LP couldn't have been much more cohesive and kept in line with the theme of being named after Ye's late mother. So I mean, as I said, that was a real retrospective, spiritual type album. I think a lot of people were expecting more club bangers from him and Drake, but I mean, they just didn't go that route with these 2 songs. So Off the Grid, I kind of like Off the Grid though. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the more interjected. That's one of the more energetic songs on the album, but the rest of them are real kind of, slow pace, slow tempo kind of songs. Number was it 10, 9, 8. This is number 7. Lil Wayne and Rich the Kid, Trust Fund Babies.
Never heard that.
Me either. I didn't even know that was an album for this year. It's while the debate rages on about who would reign victorious in a potential Lil Wayne and Jay-Z versus battle, one thing everyone can seem to agree on is that Weezy wouldn't press play on any track from his Trust Fund Babies collab effort with Rich the Kid. Apparently, he doesn't like his own.
Yeah.
He didn't like his own album. Next one is Baby Keem, The Melodic Blue. You ever heard of that?
Never.
They say the Melodic Blue was the lightning rod for controversy, with one side of the conversation crowning the 21-year-old California native as a leader of the next generation. Others chalked his meteoric rise to the Grammy Awards up to nepotism and having the good fortune of being Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if being Kendrick Lamar's cousin can take you that far as take it to the Grammys and stuff. Being Grammy nominated, but the fact that I've never even heard of that album.
No, I haven't either.
And you're the searcher. You're the music searcher. You be all over YouTube and all the
looking for music.
So I hadn't even heard of that one. So I guess there goes that. Migos, Culture 3.
That was actually all right. Straightening and Birthday was on there, if I'm not mistaken.
They say 3 years after Culture 2's arrival, Culture 3 largely came and went without anything sticking in the 2021 yearbook, while the trio celebrity status has finally outgrown their musical output.
Okay.
I don't. Well, I guess I see they're more popular than they are talented. I guess that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Because the buzz has just come out. They say the buzz has kind of wore off with Migos. And me, I've never really been a Migos fan.
Right.
It's just, to me, all of those songs and tracks sound exactly the same to me.
Yeah, they had the same
tempo, same beat, same rap. You can take any lyric from any Migos song and put it on another Migos, and it'll just play the exact same way. I mean, if that's your style, if that's what you like, and you just want more and more of that, they good at it. Every song is gonna be just like the one before. Straightening and all that other. I mean, it really all sounds the same to me. I've never really been a Migos fan like that. Pop Smoke. Nah, that's got to go 2 different ways. You know what I mean? In the streets, Pop Smoke jumping. Now, when you're talking about mainstream, it took a longer time for Pop Smoke to catch on in the mainstream, but by the time he did, he was already gone. You know what I mean? It was too late. You know what I mean? He had passed. So they're saying, according to hiphopdx.com, putting together a posthumous album is a delicate proposition. Say, while shooting for the stars, aim for the moon, display Pop Smoke's superstar capabilities. Faith featured recycled lyrics, forced guest spots, and seemed to stray further from what endeared the king of Brooklyn drill to fans in the first place. Which you can understand that he hadn't had the album put together before he passed away, so they had to put something together and call it an album.
Put the work in the studio in, right?
So I guess that was just a victim of bad timing right there. Lil Durk and Lil Baby, The Voice of Heroes. I didn't know they
actually all right, man.
Okay.
They shot a video up in Chicago, man. It was actually all right.
Say a pair of rappers of the year candidates from 2022 had expectations through the roof, but The Voice of Heroes largely fell flat from their trap gold aspirations. Said the joint project looks even more puzzling when the best Lil Baby and Lil Durk collaboration of 2021 ended up on DJ Khaled's album, with the platinum certified Every Chance I Get. So they didn't even put their best song on their own album. They gave it to DJ Khaled for some
Which
reason.
that's good. He probably had the rights to it, player.
Okay, I
You
mean, but
can't
that
hate anybody
that
got
didn't
the
do their
rights to
album any good. You know what I mean? You
Right.
giving away your best bangers. You know what I mean? So those were some of the worst received, disappointing albums of 2021 versus the best selling album
Best selling album.
of 2021. Do you think some of any albums should be switched from one list to another? Let us know at 812-303-5018 or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/live999WJCB. It's your morning show with your boy Nino and your man D Hicks, broadcasting live from the Acceptance Insurance Studios.